Hey everyone, it's me Brooke. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a Q&A video. This is a part 2 to the Q&A video. Basically get to know me more with these random questions that I find on random websites through Google, and if you haven't seen part 1, I recommend that you check that out. It's not too far back on my channel. I made it about maybe almost 2 months ago. I think it was in November. So go check it out if you haven't already, but let's just get started. Okay, so I raised the mic. I just put a shoebox underneath it, just because it's a little wobbly, and it still kind of is. Like, you can probably see it shaking a little. Hopefully that's not too much of a distraction, or maybe I just made it a distraction for you, because now you notice it. I'm sorry about that. But let's just get started with the random questions. I might switch up the website to get a variation of different random questions, but we're going to start with this one. So let's start with, what is the best part about being your age? Well, if you guys don't know, I'm 18. I think the best part, or one of the best things about being 18, is that you do have more independence than you did when you were a younger teenager, and obviously a kid. So I think independence, and obviously having independence, there's big responsibilities, but there's also the fun of it, or the, like, I don't know, just like good things about it. Like, you don't have to necessarily depend on everybody like you had to when you were a kid. But of course you're probably not like out on your own entirely yet, but like you might be in college, so like you have that freedom of, hopefully like you pick where you want to go and things like that. Or you live at college, so like you live alone, or you live with friends or whatever, so it gives you that independence, like that freedom from like, always being with your family and stuff like that. So yeah, I think just like more freedom and independence than when you were a kid. I don't know why my voice is like this today. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna try and deal with it the best we can. Okay, so this one is, where will you be in 10 years? So I'm a freshman in college, so I'm trying to think of, I don't know, well, I would be 28 in 10 years, so my sister's age, because we're 10 years apart, so that's how I can figure it out, and also just because it's like adding on 10 to your current age, but still. Well, hopefully I will have a good, stable job, making decent money, hopefully like doing what I want to do, which is being a news journalist, reporting and anchoring for a respected news station. If it's not this like big news station like NBC or CBS or anything like that, then hopefully just a good one that, pays me well and that treats their employees well and everything like that. So maybe a local station, but I don't know what local is going to be in 10 years for me. I don't know if that's somewhere around where I go to school right now, or somewhere around where I live when I'm not at school, so like I doubt that, but like I don't know how it's gonna be for me. Anything can happen, anything's possible as far as that goes, so I could be in a completely different state across the country, I don't know. So as long as it's a good place, as long as I'm in a good place mentally and everything like that, and physically with my job and stuff, then that's like all that matters to me. So yeah. This question is pretty interesting because it's not one that I see often, and I feel like maybe a lot of people my age, or maybe I'm wrong about this, maybe it's people that are younger than me, by at least a few years, that may not even be able to answer this question, simply because they don't know, or because they wouldn't do this. The question is, what social media would you get rid of? So I'm just thinking in my head, maybe a lot of people in my age group wouldn't get rid of any social media, or they just don't know what they would get rid of, and that's fine. But I know that I would get rid of Snapchat. I think Snapchat is a dumb social media app. I still have it and I still use it. I just don't use it very often. And I literally only use it to keep up with some streaks with some of my friends. And I don't send it as streaks every day. I just send them like a picture of my face. So that's the only thing I use it for. I only talk to a couple of people on there that are my friends. And yeah, I just think that Snapchat is like a pretty toxic, social media app. Social media in general, whether it's Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, like it can all be very toxic at times, and then other times it could be beneficial for people. It can give people connections to other people. It can bring awareness to things, and I like social media for those reasons, but for other reasons I don't. And I think that the cons of social media, or the negative aspects, are pretty obvious sometimes, and like you can just think of them in your head of like what they can be. I don't know why it looks like I was crying, but I promise you I wasn't. I think it's just because I just yawned. But anyway, the next question is, what's one thing you can't wait to do when you're older? Now, I don't know how old I'm gonna be. Hopefully only a couple years from now, or the earliest could be a year from now, maybe, because you never know, but I would love to have a car. I really want a car right now. If I had the money and if, like, it made sense for me to have a car right now, I would have one in a heartbeat. But cars are not only very expensive, but I'm also a college student that lives at college, so it's not always necessary to have a car. I would still use it pretty much every day though, like if I had to go somewhere, or if I just wanted to, or if I wanted to come home, for a weekend. It just stinks, like, depending on people to, like, take me somewhere. Like, if I just want to go to Target, I just want to be able to go to Target. If I want to get coffee, I want to be able to go get coffee. So that's, like, obviously a big downside of not having a car. And an upside, I guess you could say, of not having a car is not having to financially, like, support a car, and just the responsibility of, like, taking it to go get fixed and stuff like that, can be stressful and obviously, like, financially stressful. So I'm glad I don't have to deal with those things, but I also really want independence when it comes to driving somewhere and stuff. So eventually it'll happen. I don't know when that'll be, but I'm trying to save my money as much as possible. Like, I don't buy a lot of things all the time. Like, I don't go on shopping sprees. I cannot tell you the last time I went on a spree. I don't think I ever went on, like, a shopping spree. I don't do that. And I don't do that because I just think about my future, and I want money in my future, and I want to be able to have nice things and feel comfortable. So I just try to think of, okay, like, try and save your money when you can, because, you know, you want to be able to have that money to have, you know, just if you need something or if you really want something, you know, so. Also, sorry if you could hear my dog barking at any point. What was the last concert you attended? Last concert I attended, I attended a local one recently, so I would count that, I guess. Before the local one, I think it was like the summer, I went to a Hollywood Vampires concert, which is the band that Johnny Depp is in, and it was an outdoor venue. It was very nice, and I was so happy to be there. And I'm very grateful that I was able to go. Do you like the city or the country more? I would probably say an in-between, or the country, because the city overwhelms me a lot. Like, any big city or any really busy area really, like, makes me overwhelmed and anxious, and I feel like I have to watch everywhere, and it's just, like, it's stressful. It really is. Like, yeah, there's more things to do, maybe, as far as, like, shops or restaurants, and that's a good thing, but as far as, like, just feeling comfortable, relaxed, peaceful, the country is much better. My house is in a rural area, in a rural town, and my college is in a more suburban area, which I don't really mind suburban areas. I just, like, also like rural. So rural and suburban is fine, but city is pretty stressful. Like, if I were to work in a big city, that would be fine, but I wouldn't want to live in the city, I don't think. Things can change, I don't know, but I don't think they're gonna change as far as how I feel when I'm in a city. Like, I just feel anxious and everything, but yeah. So I'm not a video game person as far as like consoles and stuff. Like I don't play Xbox or PlayStation or anything like that. But as far as games on my phone, I do play a few, and the one that I play all the time, literally every day for the past like 2 months, is Monopoly Go. I think it's a very popular game right now. Maybe you watching this have played it before. But yeah, it's pretty addictive. It's a pretty good game, and some of my friends play it, and my boyfriend plays it, so yeah, it's very fun, and I would recommend it. This question is morning exerciser or evening exerciser. I don't exercise every day. I mean, I think I walk every day pretty much. Not so much lately just because I'm on my winter break, but when I'm at college I walk a lot because I have to walk all over campus, and if I walk to a store or whatever. And I've been going to the gym a little bit lately, not that much, but a few times. And so all of that usually takes place in the evening. I mean, I walk a lot on campus in the morning times, but I wouldn't choose to do that. Like, if I didn't have, like, a morning class, then I would not be walking on campus in the morning. I would be sleeping or eating breakfast. So I would choose to exercise in the evening. Also, when I've been to the gym, it's been in the evening. So I just think I'm maybe a little more awake and a little more aware. And I don't know. I think it's a little bit better for me to exercise in the evening. It's a little more convenient as of right now. So yeah. Are you a morning person or a night owl? Well, it kind of connects with the last question, and I think that you guys can tell that I'm a night owl. I hate waking up early. It's very annoying, and I hate being in a rush in the morning, like before class or if I had work. So I would much rather just stay up at night and have some snacks and just chill, rather than wake up super early and all that. So what do you miss most about being younger? Not having a lot of responsibility, or like any responsibility at all. Not having to have any financial responsibility, or not having to stress over school and things like that. So definitely just like being carefree and being able to just like play whenever, and yeah. What's your favorite social media platform? Since I said my least favorite social media platform, the one that I would not care if it just like wasn't a thing anymore, I'll say my favorite. My favorite is probably Instagram, just because I use it every day. I use it the most. But I do like YouTube for the reason that, you know, I make videos a lot, and I've been doing it for a long time, and I like watching other people's videos. So actually I would probably say YouTube, and I think that not all the time, but sometimes YouTube is the least toxic one. Sometimes it's the most, but it depends on who it is and everything and what the situation is. But yeah, I would say YouTube and then Instagram. So yeah. My foot is like completely asleep, so I'm gonna try and still record this video as best as possible, but like I'm getting squirmy and it's like, oh, it's so bad. Ugh. Are you a morning news or evening news person? This is a very odd question. This is probably old, this article or whatever. I would say evening news. I watch the news sometimes when I eat dinner, so I would say evening news. I feel like morning news, like, I'm just trying to wake up and chill, have my coffee. Like, I'm not trying to hear, like, how crappy the world is right now. I'm just trying to like get through breakfast. Let me hear about it a little bit later on when I'm more awake and I can like process the information. So I would say evening news for those reasons. I'm gonna do like 2 more questions or 3. So yeah, just because I don't know what's going on with my voice, it's really annoying me, and my foot is asleep. So what is an underrated snack? Probably chocolate and bananas, or pineapple and bananas. I would say chocolate and banana just because I think it's a better combination than pineapple and chocolate. But I found out recently that that's a really good combination too. The Dole dippers of the dark chocolate banana ones and the dark chocolate pineapple ones are really, really good. Highly recommend those. But yeah, I had the banana ones last night and they were pretty good. And I also love banana and Nutella. I think that combination is even better than just like any kind of chocolate and banana. So that is an underrated snack. Who was your first celebrity crush? I don't know if this is going to be surprising to people or just like, oh, to people. But I would probably say Zayn from One Direction. I think that any member from One Direction was probably any young girl's like first celebrity crush. So I would say Zayn. And like, I don't know if I thought that like the next person I'm gonna say was like really cute, but like I thought that he was good looking, I guess, and I was young when I would watch this, but I watched American Idol with my mom a lot when I was younger, and Ryan Seacrest, he was a good looking dude. I mean, he kind of looks the same now, but he looks a little different just because he got a little older. But yeah, I don't know, like, I would say Zayn and, like, maybe Ryan Seacrest, like, because I think I remember thinking he was good looking. I wasn't like, oh my god, Ryan Seacrest, but, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. And I'm gonna do one more question, so let me just find one real quick. What is one movie with an ending that literally blew your mind? I can think of two, maybe one more so than the other one, and that one would be Saltburn. You guys probably all have heard of it by now. Jacob Elordi is in it, and he's a very popular actor right now. He's been in a lot of things, famous for Euphoria and some other things. But yeah, I would probably say that ending was like, oh, like, okay. Like, the whole movie was like, oh, okay. But the ending was like, oh, alright. So, I remember, like, my jaw actually kind of dropping from the ending, and just from, like, the middle and ending, like, for the whole thing, I was like, okay, this is really happening. This is a movie. But yeah, and I would also say the whole movie, or the ending mostly, maybe, to, or the middle to ending of Prisoners. Prisoners is a really good movie, like, one of my favorites. It's really, really good. I would highly recommend that movie. Saltburn, I don't know if I would recommend that one. I don't know if I liked it. It was just interesting. It was like no other movie I've seen before, I'll put it that way. And if you've seen it, then you know, and if you haven't seen it, then maybe watch it. I don't know though. That's up to you. I'm not gonna necessarily recommend it, so. But yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that this was entertaining enough, and if you guys want me to, I will make a part 3. If you like, subscribe, comment if the comments are on, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.